pulling handles. That's what people do. I hate it, so I try to extrude mine. I have an extruder, a clay extruder at home, and so sometimes if I'm going to be making these like at school or after, then I will extrude some and bring them to school. And now I have to figure out placement here, so make sure I have it. I'm assuming Mr. Hobbs is right-handed. So this is called scoring, and basically you're putting fine lines, roughing up the surface of the clay. And you have to do that on both ends. Make sure. When I attach handles to mugs, I like to use a slip trail slip that is basically regular slip and mixed with Darvon 7, which removes most of the water out of the slip, making it extremely thick and a little sticky. Oops. It dries super fast, and it's a bit stronger than like just regular slip would be. And for those of you who don't know what slip is, it's basically just wet clay. This is super wet clay. So I grind up the clay into a fine powder when I'm making this, using a molcajete. And then I add a little bit of water and the Darvon 7 to make it take the water out, or most of the water out, which makes it pretty strong and hard to crack. Yeah. And then I clean it up with water. It's a needle tool. I'm just gonna blend it. So I'll go back later and with a sponge and a wet paint brush, clean this up. Sometimes I'll add like a bead of the slip trail slip in here just for good measure. I'll let it dry up and then I will kind of work it in to make it a little bit smoother. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll let it put this on here, and it takes like 5 minutes to dry. It's like cake batter. I don't use this for all of my slipping, but for handles I do. It just It helps prevent cracking. I've found that it works better than regular slip. And it dries super fast, so I have to like put that in there. So that's the handle, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done, cleaned up.